If you have a small business, you need to see this. Here's how you can use VistaCreate to create content for your brand. First, outline the type of content you'll be creating. Then, set up your brand kit with your logo, colors, and fonts. This will help ensure your content is always consistent. And finally, choose a few templates to start creating. I'll be doing some Instagram stories, so I'm going with these. You can customize the templates however you'd like. I'm adding my photos, removing the background, and adding some animations. You literally don't even need to know how to design, and you can create in minutes for free.
How I went from this on the 4th of January to this on the 20th of March. Watch and listen. I posted consistently anywhere from 2 to 4 times a day. I posted when I thought my audience would be most active. I looked at what had done well for me and recreated similar videos. I jumped on trends when I thought that they fit my niche. I replied to every single comment that I received. I spent a lot of time on the app and took inspiration from other creators. I used trending sounds. I have lots of drafts saved when I'm not feeling too creative. I was authentic, showing the good bits and the bad bits of owning a small business. I didn't worry too much about the numbers because it takes one person to watch your video, see your small business and place an order. What have you found works for you? Let me know down below in the comments.
Do you want endless content ideas? Okay, I got you!
First, you go to answerthepublic.com. Next, you type in a couple words and search. Now you'll see these images with all the questions that people want you to answer. And you can even download the results so you don't have to type the questions yourself. So now you have a bunch of content ideas and no excuses. Now follow for more tips because social media marketing can be simplified.
Small business hack. Let's make an eye-catching product post. Go into Canva, upload a picture of your product, remove the background, and add a shadow. Play around with the size a little bit and then start copying and pasting until you get something like this. Now, here comes the fun part. Go into Animate and select any animation you like. These are a few of them. This will look amazing with your branding colors and a picture of your product. Or you can even do multiple products on the same canvas. If you like this, follow for more.
Marketing for Dummies: How to Manipulate the Mind Using Colors. For those of you who don't know, color psychology is used in marketing because every color generates a feeling in us. So it's used to basically manipulate people into viewing brands a certain way. So we're going to start today with the most intense color, red. Red is known for excitement, passion, danger, energy, and since it is the most intense color, it provokes the strongest emotions. Orange is noted for enthusiasm, adventure, success, balance. Yellow, the color of sunshine, happiness, positivity, optimism, but it also can mean deceit, so be careful. A lot of brands like to use a touch here and there just to make people associate their brands with happiness. Pink is usually geared towards women because it's meant to be feminine, playful, and show unconditional love. Green for money and nature, so think fertility and growth. Blue is for trust, stability, and harmony, but it can also mean coldness and depressive, so be careful. And the royal color purple for power and wisdom, but be careful because too much causes frustration. Go hit that follow so we can talk more.
Has someone ever told you that they'll get your product later and then they never actually buy? That's a sign that you're missing a game-changing marketing tactic, and I'm about to share it with you. It's called urgency. Urgency is when you make someone feel like they have to get things right now. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not later this month, but right now. And when you don't add urgency, people are going to blow you off and say, oh yeah, I'll get it later, which we all know means never. So you have to use urgency every single time you tell someone to buy something. And here's my favorite and ethical way to do it. Now, notice I said ethical because you definitely do not want to lie. So to ethically add urgency, say something like this. Run to the link in our bio to grab our stainless steel rings, but do not wait. We'll only have 15 left in stock, so hurry to the link and get your hands on them. Can you see how that adds urgency and is so much better than saying shop now? Save this video for the next time you're writing captions and follow for more marketing tips. Here's a little note to tell you that the pop-up that you have on your website is actually making you lose sales. It's so 2020. You can still get people to sign up, but don't make it pop up in their faces while they're browsing.
Gotta focus
Best
on
way
yourself,
to do it
on your
is
faith, on your
Hello
dreams, on your mind,
Stays at
on
the
your
top of your
health,
website and does a jiggle every 10
work, never
seconds.
tell,
People can
keep your
exit
head
it if they
down,
want, but it will not
find
disturb their experience. Try it and see how you go. Here is my Sephora marketing hack. So I walked into Sephora today. I got the items that I wanted and I went straight to the counter. And she scanned them and she said, it's going to be $92. And then she said, because you spent over $90, you're getting a free makeup bag. I was not expecting that. So I was like, this is the best day of my life. Didn't tell me while I was browsing that if I paid over $90 that I would get a gift. They just surprised me and it was awesome. So this is what you need to do. 2 options. At checkout, if they've purchased over a certain amount, make sure you tell them that they're getting a free gift. Or let them check out and give them a free gift in their package. But make sure that there's a card in there that tells them why they got that free gift. Not only will they be surprised and delighted, they'll feel like they're part of an exclusive club. You've got to build that brand sentiment. Please go do that.
Do you sell things that people don't need, like music, art, or even candles? Here's the biggest mistake I see made. There's a hyper focus on trying to show how great your product is. This is not what convinces people to buy. There are 1,000 other pieces of art, candles, music out there that your customer believes is just as good or even better than yours. The piece that's missing is you need to allow them to emotionally connect to what you do and what you create. I love candles, but I also love my money. So convince me that your candles will help me have a Friday night at home where I don't have to go out, I don't have to get dressed up, I don't have to spend money in order to have an unforgettable Friday night at home. Now you've gotten me emotionally invested in it, and you've also convinced me that this is a very practical purchase. If you're an indie artist, let me see into the process of creating your music. That helps me to connect to something that's bigger than just another song on Spotify. Give me the raw story behind that music. Make the emotional connection whatever you do, because when you do that, you are solving for an inherent human need, and that is emotional connection.
3 lessons any entrepreneur can learn from Fenty Beauty. Let's dive in. Number 1, you don't have to be the first to create something, but you do have to be better than everybody else. So I go into this in another video, but Fenty Beauty was not the first to create 40 plus shades of color cosmetics. Iman Beauty has done that, Estee Lauder, MAC Cosmetics, a bunch of other brands did it before them. The difference was, first, they didn't lead with that as the value proposition. In the case of Iman, it was a little bit different. But number 2, a lot of these brands didn't pay attention to the quality as much as they should have. They didn't take into account things like undertones, and therefore the product quality suffered. And so what Fenty was able to do was observe the demand, the latent demand for multiple shades, and they were able to see what other brands were doing well and what other brands were doing not so well. And that helped them create a much better product offering. So if you are entering a space that has competitors, that's a good thing. It means you know there's demand, and you can observe your competitors. You can go into product reviews. You can go into what people say about them. You can go into their Amazon reviews and see what the major complaints are and use that to innovate on your product. So you don't have to be first, you just have to be better. Second, don't be afraid to be the face of your brand. People like to buy from people, not just nameless, faceless corporations or businesses. A large part of why Fenty Beauty has been so successful is because not only is Rihanna a huge celebrity, but she has an authentic, sincere story and a why behind the company, and you can feel it. You can feel that she's solving her own problem, and she is a very convincing spokesperson for this company and the mission. And so if you are starting a brand that comes from a deep why for you, don't be afraid to be the face of your brand on social media, on the website, anywhere where you're sharing the brand story. Tell the story, tell the why. People connect with the why, and people connect with founders. They love hearing founder stories. Not everyone is a celebrity like Rihanna, but we all potentially have a story to share behind why we started something that we started, and it's actually really effective to share that, especially when you're an emerging brand, because that is one of the key advantages you have. People like to support the underdog. They like to hear the story behind why something was created, and you can use that to your advantage. And finally, it's better to have a smaller piece of a much bigger pie than to have the whole pie to yourself. So this is Bernard Arnault. He is the CEO of LVMH. LVMH is a luxury fashion and beauty conglomerate that is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they own Kendo Holdings, and Kendo Holdings owns and incubated Fenty Beauty. So basically, Rihanna owns a little less than half of her company, but because they have this infrastructure and the right team in the form of LVMH and Kendo Holdings behind them, not to mention the deal with Sephora, because LVMH also owns Sephora, so Fenty was able to launch in over 1,000 Sephora stores immediately. Because of all that, Fenty Beauty has been able to scale to such heights in such a short amount of time with the right sustainable infrastructure to support the growth of the company. So that means they grew quickly, and they're going to continue to grow because they had the right business partners. So when it comes to finding advisors, co-founders, or investors, how can you make sure you're bringing in the right people and giving equity to them to incentivize them so you can ultimately scale a more successful business? Follow for more brand tips.